Time again for some trivia with GK benefits. Today, 23rd of November, is Fibonacci Day, a day that celebrates Leonardo Bonacci or Leonardo of Pisa, more commonly known as Fibonacci, a term that roughly means son of the Bonacci clan. Mathematicians use this term to distinguish him from another famous non-mathematician, Leonardo of Pisa. But hey, what's in a name, right? It's what he did that made him famous. Fibonacci was one of the greatest and most talented Italian mathematicians of the Middle Ages who came to be associated with the famous mathematical sequence we have all studied in school, the Fibonacci series. No one really knows what he looked like, nor is there a painting of Fibonacci, but this sculpture depicts what he might have looked like. Post-mortem, he was forgotten for almost 400 years. It wasn't until 1877 that a certain sequence of numbers played around by Fibonacci was labeled the Fibonacci series by French mathematician Edouard Lucas. But here's the truth. Fibonacci did not invent the sequence. It had actually been known to Indian mathematicians since the 6th century. Despite his country of origin, Fibonacci learned the Hindu-Arabic numeral system and realized that actually, arithmetic was much simpler and more efficient with this system than with the Roman numeral system. So, in 1202 AD, he published a mathematical text titled Liber Abaci. It was a cookbook written for tradespeople on how to do calculations. The text laid out the Hindu-Arabic arithmetic useful for tracking profits, losses, remaining loan balances, etc., and thus introduced the Hindu-Arabic numeral system and the Fibonacci sequence to the Western world. Out of the many word problems in this cookbook, this problem known as the rabbit problem gained the most attention. The problem states, a certain man put a pair of rabbits in a place surrounded on all sides by a wall. How many pairs of rabbits can be produced from that pair in a year if it is supposed that every month each pair begets a new pair, which from the second month onwards becomes productive? Fibonacci used what we now all know as the Fibonacci sequence, which progresses something like this: 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, and so on, in a never-ending series of numbers where each number in the sequence is found by adding together the two numbers before it. It can be described as a mathematical equation thus. Another interesting fact is that the Fibonacci sequence is very closely related to the golden ratio or phi or phi. The ratios of the sequential Fibonacci numbers approach the golden ratio, as you can see here. For example, 2 by 1 is 2, 3 by 2 is 1.5, 5 by 3 is 1.667, 8 by 5 is 1.6, and so on and so forth. And then we come to the closest approximation of the golden ratio. The sequence's close relationship to the golden ratio is often believed to be why the Fibonacci numbers are also found in nature, in the number of petals on a flower, pine cones, tree branches, and even shells. And finally, Fibonacci Day is celebrated annually on November 23rd because when written out in the MMDD format, the date 1123 forms the Fibonacci number sequence 1123. And this year, there's an even bigger math palindromatic magic. If you flip the date DDMMYY to YYMMDD, it still reads 231123. Ta-da! Now I'm going to enjoy some fettuccine while you wrap your head around Fibonacci. Cheerio till next time for some more trivia with GK benefits.